Harry and Meghan have got the South Park treatment. The episode has just gone to air in the United States. And Harry and Meghan, well, they were treated like the prince and princess of me that they deserve to be. Here's just a little taste.
Jesus, what did they do to you?
He's right. Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
This is an outrage. We'll just see how he deals with my blue penis.
They're now releasing a version for kids. I don't know if you know about this. It's a twist on The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Prince and the Pea.
There's so many moments of truth in that episode that makes it so funny.
That must be so hard. Just another notch in the belt for their trauma.
And the bit I love about it is the brand management. And in the sequence about brand management, Harry actually gets convinced by the South Park gang that he needs to be a bit more authentic. Have a look.
TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
South Park has roasted countless celebrities before, but when they went after Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the internet exploded. The episode, titled The Worldwide Privacy Tour, mocked the couple for demanding privacy while constantly staying in the spotlight. Viewers couldn't help but notice how the parody mirrored real life, from the Oprah interview to their Netflix series and book deals. The jokes hit hard because, as many online pointed out, they felt just a little too close to the truth.
TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy.
They think, so you know, I never ask for attention. It just naturally seems to want to find me.
It's a mystery.
Hazawaza keeps saying that I have charisma, but I just think I'm relatable.
You're a fucking friend. Fuck that. Fucking fuckers.
Fuck.
And that's his first word.
But what happened after the episode aired was even more explosive. According to multiple reports, Meghan Markle was not laughing when the South Park episode aired. Sources say she was furious, allegedly picking up the phone to call her legal team almost immediately. Rumors even spread that she was considering legal action against the show's creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
With this garbage, where apparently Harry and Meghan want to sue the makers of South Park for being hilarious.
South Park rules.
They fucking rule.
They went to Harry and Meghan.
Ah!
She's suing them. And they're trying to sue him. It's like, don't
What are
fucking
you're suing South Park?
kick that hornet's nest. Do not do it.
So, we'll see you in court. You know, I have been so deeply upset by this.
Now, whether those lawsuits were ever truly filed is still unclear, but just the idea of Meghan taking on South Park was enough to set off a media frenzy. Commentators couldn't believe it, because if there's one thing history has proven, it's that trying to fight a cartoon only makes the jokes louder. And for Meghan, this wasn't the first time legal threats had made headlines. She's previously gone after British tabloids, winning high-profile cases over privacy and image rights. So when the South Park rumors surfaced, many people believed it fit a familiar pattern.
Team Meghan, oh, I missed you.
Hi.
I heard you weren't getting along with Dorit.
What?
She hates Delete.
Everything, Harry. Life is hard. Most people struggle.
I have red hair. I know struggle.
Oh.
And also, you know, it's really hard to sympathize with kind of the complaints and the woes of a couple like this. When, again, like the episode said, they're very wealthy. He's been handed everything he has on a platter. You know, they're literal royals. They're living in a multi-million-pound house in Southern California. I mean, really, what grievances do you have that most people can relate?
Of course, the reason we laugh is because it's true.
And the reality is you can't sue a cartoon. It's satire.
And this leads us to a bigger question. Could Meghan and Harry actually stop South Park? Or were they up against something far more untouchable? The first thing to understand is that South Park isn't just a cartoon, it's a legal fortress. For decades, Trey Parker and Matt Stone have taken aim at presidents, celebrities, religious leaders, even entire countries. And every time when people threatened lawsuits, the same answer came up: satire is protected. In both the US and the UK, parody has a wide legal shield. It means you can poke fun, exaggerate, and even make someone look ridiculous, as long as it's done as commentary or humor. That's why, despite endless complaints over the years, South Park has rarely faced any real consequences. Sources say Meghan's team quickly realized the same thing. You can't really sue a cartoon for making fun of you. Even if the jokes sting, they're still jokes. That's why critics joked online that trying to take South Park to court would be like trying to sue a meme. It only makes it more viral.
The neighbors across the street are setting off fireworks and it's 10:30 at night.
Oh, is it the Prince of Canada and his wife who just want to be left alone?
Yes, they're being super loud and I'm trying to work on my brand.
Wow, look at all these people. You weren't kidding when you said Suits was a global and cultural phenomenon.
That's not my class. It's an AA meeting.
Oh.
You guys, I am so sorry. I totally was gonna play with you guys online, but the Prince of Canada and his wife moved in across the street from me. They had this huge jet parked in front of my house, and then they kept trying to get me to buy their stupid book and...
Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me!
And then people kept wanting to get a picture. You know, because I'm on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So, a lot of people coming up to us.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I brought some of my homemade ketchup. I'm coming out with a line of condiments, ketchups, mustards, that sort of thing.
Meghan, I'm begging you to stop now.
And the truth is, Meghan and Harry weren't the first royals to be targeted. Princess Diana, King Charles, and even Queen Elizabeth have all been parodied in comedy before. The difference this time is how directly the jokes mirrored the couple's real-life behavior. But while South Park was safe from the courtroom, the battle was only beginning online. Because once the episode hit the internet, it didn't just air and disappear, it spread like wildfire. The moment South Park's episode aired, the internet turned it into something much bigger. On TikTok, users were reenacting the worldwide privacy tour scenes within hours.
Why are we so mad today?
Because we want our privacy.
You said it. I mean, I think that possibly they could be the only people who are busier than Harry when writing his book and Meghan while doing the Netflix series are Harry and Meghan's lawyers. They have been firing off legal letters to all and sundry. I mean, everybody that anybody has had one from Harry and Meghan, and they don't like things being written about.
Every grievance, every private conversation, every subtle slight turned into a headline, from Oprah to Spotify to Netflix, you know, to staged whispers in People magazine. It's been non-stop. The worldwide privacy tour on South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right here.
On Twitter, hashtags about Meghan and Harry trended for days, with memes flooding timelines. And on YouTube, reaction channels and commentators were quick to dissect every frame, each clip sparking millions of views. What began as a 20-minute cartoon had snowballed into a cultural moment. People weren't just laughing at South Park's jokes, they were debating whether the episode had actually exposed something real about Harry and Meghan's public image. Some online voices argued the satire was unfair and too harsh, while others said it simply reflected what many were already thinking. Either way, the conversation grew bigger than the show itself, and ironically, the rumors of Meghan allegedly considering legal action only poured more gasoline on the fire. Instead of slowing the buzz down, it supercharged it. Even brands felt the ripple effect. Sources say some companies quietly pulled sponsorships to avoid being tied to the drama, while others jumped in, thrilled to get their ads seen during a royal-sized roast. Outrage once again had turned into free publicity. But the most powerful part of this reaction wasn't just the memes, it was the way South Park managed to capture a cultural mood. People weren't just laughing at the episode, they were asking the bigger question: had Harry and Meghan become the very thing they once said they wanted to escape? And that question leads us into the heart of the controversy, the cultural takedown. What made the South Park roast so effective wasn't just the jokes, it was how closely they echoed reality. The animated version of Harry and Meghan marched around shouting for privacy while carrying books, magazines, and TV deals. It wasn't subtle, and it didn't have to be. The exaggeration worked because it mirrored what people were already seeing in real life. For years, the couple has spoken about wanting a quieter, more private existence, yet at the same time, they've launched global projects, Netflix specials, Spotify deals, a best-selling memoir, and a steady stream of high-profile interviews. To supporters, this was about telling their story on their own terms, but critics argued it looked like they were turning personal struggles into a brand, and South Park zeroed in on that contradiction. One moment from the episode showed Harry realizing he didn't need to be a brand, only to immediately market himself again seconds later. It was ridiculous, but it also struck a nerve because many viewers felt the same tension, a couple rejecting the spotlight while never stepping out of it. Commentators quickly labeled the episode more than just comedy, they called it a cultural takedown. The show wasn't just poking fun at two royals, it was highlighting a broader frustration with how fame and privacy collide in the modern world. And this is where Meghan and Harry's alleged pushback became so risky, because the more they tried to control the story, the more people felt South Park had a point. But the bigger problem, by pushing back, Meghan may have given South Park exactly what they wanted, more material for the next parody. When reports first surfaced that Meghan was allegedly considering legal action, the reaction was immediate. Fans defended her, but critics said it was a huge mistake, because if there's one unwritten rule in comedy, it's this: the moment you show you're offended, the joke only gets louder. South Park has built its legacy on pushing boundaries. From celebrities to politicians, the more a public figure reacts, the bigger the next episode becomes. By even hinting at a lawsuit, Meghan risked giving the creators a golden opportunity to turn the parody into an ongoing saga, and history shows that once South Park locks onto a target, they rarely let go. Sources say some advisors close to Meghan may have warned against going down this road. After all, taking on South Park in court wouldn't just be difficult, it could also backfire spectacularly. How do you prove defamation when the entire show is built on exaggeration and satire? Any legal fight would likely drag Meghan and Harry back into headlines they were trying to escape. Worse still, many observers argued that this situation put the couple in a no-win scenario. Stay quiet, and people assume South Park hit the nail on the head. Fight back, and the mockery multiplies. It's the classic trap of modern celebrity, where every move can be spun against you. And in this case, it wasn't just about one cartoon episode. The South Park parody symbolized something larger: the growing divide between Meghan's public image and the way audiences actually perceived her. But what happened next would prove that Meghan and Harry weren't just dealing with a comedy show, they were up against a global shift in how their story was being told. The South Park episode didn't stay in the US for long. Within hours of airing, clips began circulating online, trending across YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. The parody of Meghan and Harry became a global meme, with people from London to Sydney weighing in. For many viewers, it was their first time seeing such an unfiltered critique of the couple, and it spread faster than any official statement they had ever made. British tabloids quickly seized on the story, treating the episode like a cultural moment. Headlines asked whether Meghan and Harry's carefully managed public image had finally cracked. Even in Canada, where the couple once lived, the parody was front-page news. It wasn't just about one cartoon anymore. It was about whether the couple had lost control of their narrative. Royal watchers pointed out that this kind of satire was unusual for American media. For years, Harry and Meghan had been treated sympathetically by outlets in the States, but South Park's brutal take suggested the tide might be shifting. If the US, their supposed safe ground, was starting to mock them openly, what did that mean for their future projects, deals, and public standing? Even more surprising was how quickly audiences aligned with the satire. Memes, reaction videos, and comment threads often echoed the same sentiment, that the couple's privacy tour was seen as contradictory. While Meghan's supporters defended her fiercely, the sheer volume of online chatter tilted the narrative against her. And then came the whispers from inside royal circles. Sources close to the palace allegedly described the South Park moment as karma. For them, it was proof that stepping away from royal duties didn't mean stepping away from criticism. But the real danger wasn't the jokes, it was how those jokes shaped perception. Once people start laughing at you, it becomes almost impossible to rewrite the script. And for Meghan and Harry, the fallout was only just beginning. What started as a single episode of South Park quickly became more than a cartoon. It became a cultural landmark in the story of Meghan and Harry. The jokes, memes, and viral clips didn't just fade, they continued to resurface whenever the couple made public appearances, released interviews, or launched new projects. Sources say that every move Meghan made was scrutinized through the lens of the parody, giving the internet endless material to dissect. Even years later, commentators and fans still reference the worldwide privacy tour episode. It has become a shorthand for the contradictions in Meghan and Harry's public image, demanding privacy while maintaining a high-profile, media-centric lifestyle. And ironically, every attempt to manage their narrative, including alleged legal threats, seems to have only fueled the parody further. The South Park episode also serves as a lesson in modern celebrity culture. In an era where social media spreads every action worldwide in seconds, even a cartoon can shape public perception. For Meghan and Harry, it wasn't just about being mocked, it was about how that mockery became part of the global conversation, influencing opinions in ways traditional media never could. In the end, the irony is almost poetic. By trying to control their image, they may have ensured the jokes never stop. And while some may see it as unfair, others argue that the parody was simply a reflection of the couple's own choices, amplified for the world to see. For viewers, the story leaves a question hanging. Can anyone truly protect their image in the age of memes, viral clips, and relentless satire? South Park has proven one thing: it doesn't matter who you are. Once you enter their orbit, you become part of the cultural conversation, whether you like it or not.